Honestly, I can barely remember a time before Pussygate.
I'm glad we let off with that. We are live. Welcome to the Discard Pile. It's October 11th, 2016. I think it's 11th.
Something like that.
Yeah. This election is like having kids. You don't remember a time before.
Yeah.
It didn't exist, and especially even Pussygate. It's all. All right, let's get.
Always been at war with East Asia.
My guest tonight, number one, is Ben Haas. Welcome, Ben, our returning champion.
All right.
and my next guest is Matt Kirk. Now, Matt, I'm recalling. Were you on the show season 1? I think you were on once before.
Possibly. I really don't remember.
It is a life-altering experience coming on the Discard Pile. Well, I guess we don't remember. I guess not. We'll say it's your first time. You're a born-again Discard Pile virgin.
Sure. Sounds good.
Well, you got your fancy, your old, is that the Section 31 name badge going on there?
No, that's just my title for the committee.
This isn't an official. Oh, Matt, we're off on the wrong foot. We don't bring our nerd titles to the show.
I wondered what all that Matt Kirk is activated Google effects shit was. It kept popping up.
Yeah, I thought he had magical powers. I was like, oh, he's got Google. He's leveled up to Google effects. So Matt, we got to rip off the Band-Aid. I got a nerd beef, and it comes from the recent boutique set, and it's the Shinzon card. I didn't notice at first, but he's got the infiltrator keyword. That means he has to be a hologram, Matt. Matt, you fucked up. Why isn't he a hologram?
Well, because he was a human.
What are you talking about? Why is he? Yeah, John, that's weird.
He's an infiltrator because he's a clone of Picard that was supposed to replace him.
Yeah, you're weird.
No, hold on. Give me my nerd defense. He beamed his hologram self, his Tupac hologram, onto the Enterprise in the movie. He walked through the table. That's a hologram.
Yeah, we talked about. I mean, I shouldn't say we talked about it. It got mentioned and then laughed off, and so, oh yeah, that would be funny, haha. But I don't think it really ever got taken seriously that it might be a hologram. It would be weird to have.
He's not an infiltrator because he beamed his hologram himself over and walked through the table. He's an infiltrator,
right?
For the same reason he has the infiltrator, that infiltration icon in first edition.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to infiltrate.
Don't use that. Don't use a one he has. He's an infiltrator because he snuck his hologram onto the ship. The hologram's the infiltrator, not Shinzon.
Well, I guess you can interpret it that way.
Yeah, that's it. No, you're both wrong. I don't care if I'm outnumbered. I have the nerd. It's a nerd violation, Matt Kirk. But anyway, we'll move on.
John, considering that until this moment, I forgot that fucking happened.
I know. Well, me and Matt, we've come together. We're reuniting our friendship over our love of Star Trek V, and I like as I noticed the poster in my nerd dungeon. I also like Nemesis. Not all of it, but it's better than Insurrection.
They tried to do a lot of interesting stuff in Nemesis, and some of it was more successful than others. Whether or not he should be a human or not, that particular aspect was not left to me. That's not part of creative's bit usually. Sometimes it is, occasionally. We had a Dominion, the one-cost hunter guy that we had to go look up what the species was, the Akshaya, whatever, something. The guys who were chasing Tosk with the masks and whatever, they actually had a species name. Who knew? Yay, Memory Alpha. So usually we don't get to stick our nose in, but occasionally we get a story excuse to put a species on, but not very often.
All right, so I'm gonna switch gears because I only spent about 10 minutes, which is usually 10 minutes more than I usually do to prepare for the show. I got distracted by the worst thread on the CC message boards. And that's Ben Haas' political thread that has spiraled out of control.
That started with me making fun of Scott Walker. No. That started with me. Wanting to run a campaign to replace Charlie by promising to build a wall to keep Minnesota out.
And making Chris pay for it. Yeah.
If you go back to, the first post of that thread is some mod moved it over.
Yeah.
Because I was trolling the period of review.
Well, we've said it before. We want an unmoderated forum, but I think we should all just agree that thread is the unmoderated forum. And
someone started posting Pepe in there. That's pretty close.
But somebody
that's like Pepe is like the flag of 4chan now. It's like it's like we claim this thread in the name of 4chan.
Well, somebody reminded me about I think it was Alan, about the Barney meme, and I read something about this before, how that Barney show. I agree that it ruined millennials. I blame Barney. Am I wrong for buying this conspiracy theory, Ben?
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to tell me.
The theory is that Barney taught kids never to deal with their negative emotions. That everything's good, everything's fine. Just sing a fucking song, and don't ever deal with reality.
Yeah, that reminds me of the one time Deanna Troy actually did some psychology when she told Data that emotions aren't positive or negative. It's what we do with them that counts. That's the one time she ever actually did her fucking job. And
I don't even agree with that. I don't even agree with that, Troy. That's the one you're right. It's the one time she did her job, and I think she still fucked that up too. Matt, what's your take?
The only emotion you ever felt was anger.
Well, that's me. Yeah, I want my pain, Matt. I mean, Ben, I want my pain.
That's the more like alpha version of it is I need my pain. But yeah.
Matt, what's your take on my conspiracy theory?
I don't know about Barney in particular, but there were certainly a lot of kind of passive-aggressive late 90s, early 2000s TV that was pretty, what's the word I'm looking for?
Racist, like Power Rangers?
No, well, sure. But I was going to say...
Power Rangers is racist.
Absolvist? Like, there was no... There's
accountability.
No yeah, it's just kind of like, yeah, it's okay if you mess up, whatever. You know, we'll have the next episode to fix that. Or
The Barney, I don't know about Barney, but I think it might be. I think it might be right by accident. I don't know that example.
Ben, that answer was only the one complaint I've ever got about the Discord pile was you when you sometimes you start buffering. We'll fix you later. We'll rebuild you or start drinking more. You start spewing out. All right, let's switch.
Ben Haas hard reboot.
Error.
Cold fusion restart in 30 minutes.
That does not compute.
Let's switch back to the nerd topic. And Matt, I noticed on the 50th anniversary boutique set, you got top billing. How did you knock up Charlie for top billing?
My last name alphabetically starts with a K, and everybody else was a P or a T. So hey,
don't try to humble. You knocked him out. Just say I bumped him out. I'm the boss on this.
I mean, it was a top-down set, so creative kind of had a bigger part than it usually does. So
That's a nice way to say it. That's a nice way of saying fuck Charlie. I understand. You live with the guy. You can't just push him literally out the door. All right. So of this, you said it's a top-down set, and that's usually how my monkey brain designs cards. What are the two most fun cards in this set? And tell me why. If I don't play with them, I'm an asshole who doesn't like fun.
Well, I think the most fun card that's never going to see play, but it would be hilarious if it actually got pulled off, was the Wharf, where he gets to prepare for ramming speed into the other person. Like I said in the article that I wrote, if anybody actually does pull that off, I want pictures. I want to see the actual, the other ship getting blown up. But aside from that, I think logical solution, because it's a good dilemma, and it's fun because your opponent's stuck with, well, I either got to pitch my hand or I got to let them pick somebody to get rid of, or I got to stop on my guys. It came up in we had our draft on Sunday. and I actually comboed it into hired muscles. So he discarded his hand, and then he didn't have 3 cards, so I got to bounce like I forget some non-line guy, but yeah, I got to. It actually worked out. It worked out okay, but yeah, it's fun. I like it.
I didn't hear anything you said after the word draft.
Oh. Well, they love draft. They love draft in San Diego.
I don't know what's wrong with people who don't like. If people
Matt,
have not tried the Infinite Diversity draft, it's really weird.
My brain drops and I lose consciousness for a few seconds.
Matt, only San Diego and there's one other group who likes draft, and it's just not. It's not selling.
I don't understand why it's not more popular. It's really fun.
That's fine. I can understand that position, but you also got to understand the other position that, yeah, like I said, is San Diego and maybe Minnesota. I forget. There's one other group who rocks it too, but that's the only 2 places.
The only thing worse than draft is multiplayer. We do have a card in.
Oh, I like multiplayer.
We still have a card in Dargo that it doesn't work in multiplayer, and our official position is fuck multiplayer.
Oh yeah, I know that does happen in design. You're like, oh fuck, we didn't factor in.
Okay, well, hang on a sec, Ben. When's the last time you actually played in a draft, like an actual Star Trek draft?
The one at 3 a.m. at Neil's house.
Oh God! You're bringing up bad memories. I was so mad. I was so mad at it because Legacy ruined it. Ben got Legacy, pre-errated Legacy, and he won because of that. And I drunk called, like we were drinking at Neil's house. They had the idea. These two animals. Let's start cutting up cards. I'm like, I just want to drink. It's like 2 a.m. They beat me up and then made me sit through 3 games, and then 1 game was just Ben. I drew Legacy again, so I called Charlie screaming, and he answered the phone. Like who? Don't answer the phone when I call you at 2 a.m. That's a terrible idea.
Well, he was almost up anyway because he gets up at 6.
So
but yeah. Anyway, I was just going to say, Ben, if you haven't tried the Infinite Diversity Remastered stuff, I will put out the same thing to you. If you want to try it, I'll pay for it for your group to try it. I'll pay for the printouts, and I'll send them to you.
I got a printer.
If you go, or if you go to San Diego, he'll buy you Arby's curly fries. You got
yes.
That's a good deal. I mean,
loaded curly fries.
Yeah.
I just got diarrhea a little bit just when you said the words.
Yeah, they're delicious. They're one of my favorite fat guy things.
I have to go.
Ben, have you even looked at the 50th anniversary set? Give me a card out there.
What?
The 50th anniversary set. Give me 2 cards that you like.
Now I got to remember because I'll
look it up. We don't got time for your shit. Come on, if you're not.
all I remember is the I've been thinking about the first edition shit because I can download the Claudius on turn 1 now.
Great.
I used to have to commandeer Impognor for that shit. I got to remember what this is.
Wait! You rage quit because we talked about 1E on our last show, and now you're bringing this shit up. What's up? That's not cool, Ben. That's not. I shouldn't even let you back on the show, but me and Matt Kirk talking to each other isn't exactly.
I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah. That's a long-winded version of me saying you're a piece of shit. You know what? I don't care anymore, Ben. Fuck off. Let's get back to another real. For some reason,
is that how your shows usually go?
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's far. Wait till the wheels come off.
Okay.
After 45 minutes, if I drag on too long, it turns into a shit show.
All right.
Hot mics and whatnot. For some reason, someone brought up the topic of weed on the message boards when I announced this show, and I'm like, I don't really like. It's going to happen. They're going to tax it. No one's against weed. Who's against weed anymore, Ben?
Old white people.
I had something clever to say, but I can't even make a joke. No one's against weed.
Yeah. So even in California, it's pretty. They got that going on there, right, Matt? They got stores.
There are dispensaries if you have your medical card. There are dispensaries around. I mean, it's worked out in Colorado. It's worked out in Washington, Oregon, one of those. But I mean. Somebody made a really good point. I think it was Alan who said, it's better to actually regulate these things and guarantee the actual drug that you're getting rather than having people kind of sketchily get stuff from who knows what that got put into batch number 156 with,
that's what we found out in the 20s.
Yeah, right.
It's like people were having too many turpentine martinis.
Exactly right.
That's good. That's good hooch.
Yeah, it's got a kick to it.
I think there's a misconception outside the U.S. Like someone said, there's varying degrees or opinions on it, and it's really there's people who want the money. There's you got the potheads, you got the people who want the money from the potheads, and you got a lot of people who don't give a shit, and then you got the small conservative moral. And I said on the last show that they're a dying breed, and I think they're the only people left who are fighting it, and only the most red of red states are gonna. And eventually, money always wins. So.
Well, I mean, anybody who knows me knows I grew up pretty sheltered, and I mean that the sentiment even in the last 20 years is just, now that it's been around, it's like, whatever. I mean, it used to be the gateway drug, but now it's just like everybody, not to say everybody, but it's so commonplace that it's.
Where did you grow up, Matt? If you were so sheltered from even weed, that's where
East County, San Diego, man. It was. Yeah.
I feel like you could. I feel like you could have scored. I feel like I could have scored in East County, San Diego. That's saying something.
Probably.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a sheltered part of California unless you lived in the mountains.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant.
East County, San Diego is where all the rednecks and all the evangelicals are. It's
I guess there's. Yeah. I don't know. I get.
All right, I'm going to switch back. All right.
This is why I'm buffering because now I'm distracted. I'm buffering, so never mind.
I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you a chance to earn your money for one time, Ben House. We're going to get to the debates, and my whole thing was I think the second debate because I thought Hillary was kind of messing up, and she talked about the high road. And my simple question is, does the high road lead to Pennsylvania Avenue, Ben?
Kind of. I mean, she's gonna win, and she's taking the higher road than Donald Trump. So yes, but like
the higher road.
That's hardly
not the higher road, the higher road, the less crappy road.
Well, I don't know that debate. I mean, every time. Because he's just there, like slinging the mud, and she's doing the ice cold. And I thought she would. That was what I thought. She's doing what I thought she would, just be cool, calm, and collected all three debates and let him ramble like a monkey. But even that second debate, I'm like, oh, you got to say something now. But then again, I'm not running for. I'm a moron. I'm not a political. And so women, I'm thinking Hillary lost the debate, but with women, I'm assuming that her numbers went up.
She didn't. Well, that's the thing is people felt like she lost the debate, but she did win the one poll about it, and she won that CNN snap poll. That's
she's like 14% ahead now.
Yeah, well, no, in the debate poll, not the
right.
Who won the debate poll, not the. I mean, it's hard to tell because she did really well she's doing really well in all the polls now because Trump has shit the bed so thoroughly. So I don't know what I forgot what.
Well, he didn't shit the bed in the debate. I mean, he made some errors, I think, but I don't think he shit the bed. That was probably the
bringing Juanita Broderick and Kathleen Willey and Paula Jones to be there physically. That's
desperation.
That's scorching your earth. That's
Well, no, that's making sure that all the 40% of America that's going to show up is going to show up. But
what that's about is especially he's got this Bossie and Steve Bannon on his campaign, but there's a certain part of the Republican Party that has just been waiting to do that to Hillary Clinton for 20 years, and it's kind of telling that he brought it up once. And then when she didn't turn into burst into flames and crumble into dust like they assumed she would, they just I guess that didn't work.
Okay. She's not a witch. She didn't.
yeah. She's not some kind of sex vampire. So it's and I just felt kind of bad after the debate. I feel like it was because Donald Trump made me complicit in his public humiliation of Hillary for being cuckolded. And I mean,
Yeah, women aren't going to like that.
Argument about like Hillary's a hypocrite for something or whatever, but like Donald Trump's not the one not making that argument. Donald Trump is making the argument that you're not sexy and you got cheated on, and that makes you not good. And
so I had a question. I mean, this might be the wrong crowd for this question, but how did you guys feel about his whole talking off of or kind of brushing off the whole locker room talk thing? He's like, oh yeah, no, I'm not proud of it. It just happened, whatever.
Oh, every time he said the words locker room talk, he dropped another point with females voters.
Oh yeah.
That is a terrible.
What I really liked, and what I like about this is the locker room talk brush off is that's focused on the word pussy. That's and like it like the people are trying to stay with Trump are trying to focus on the word pussy, but like I said on the forum,
as opposed to the actual intent of
the bad word in that sentence was grab.
Yeah.
and like grab them by the vagina is not a better sentence. it's
probably worse.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, and the I really liked Anderson Cooper. I don't remember whether it was the initial framing or the follow up when Trump tried to just locker room talk. No, it like you're describing sexual assault. You understand? And it's always and it's this sort of vagueness. Well, I don't think he actually was describing an actual incident, but it's like it's important to acknowledge that like it's what he was describing is not okay. Like
I think it's cute. Matt thought this was the wrong crowd to bring up grabbing him by the pussy. Matt has definitely not been on the show before because this is definitely the crowd to bring up grab him by the pussy. It's gonna be a tough transition to my next topic after all that. but before
5 America hit below the belt.
I gotta go from because before the debate I was watching 60 Minutes and they had a special about artificial intelligence. And I had a moment of clarity, and I gained a belief in God. I gained a belief in the Creator, and I got 3 things I figured out. This is my moment of brilliance. Number 1, the Creator is extinct, and probably by our hands. Number 2, the Creator probably is barely recognizable, if at all. We wouldn't even know him if we saw him. And number 3, the Creator probably had the mental capacity of a 2-year-old child. So I don't really have a question. I had a moment, and then the robots are gonna kill us. Like whoever created us is gonna take us out. Am I crazy, Ben?
I don't understand. What?
All right, Matt.
I feel like I missed the sentence of what you.
I think he was assuming that we were, responsible and watched 60 Minutes as well, but
no, just about I do a nerd podcast. No one knows about artificial intelligence. Really, I didn't know that.
I know plenty about artificial intelligence. I just So you're thinking if we were in the position that our AI that we're working on now is going to be in another 1,000 years that we're on the way out. Is that what you're getting at?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's an entirely plausible perspective that robots could take over the world one day. I mean, yeah.
No, Ben, I'm upset that I had a life-altering experience without the use of drugs.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just a little bit.
Are the robots going to take us out? Like I'm assuming we took out whatever created us millions of years ago, Ben. It's a circle of life. That's what I'm trying to say. Come on, man.
Circle of metaphysics.
Well, we did genocide the Neanderthals pretty hard. Like,
all right, yeah. There you go. But also, I think whatever created us was probably nowhere near the level that we. So everyone, come on, we still believe in magical things. Religion's never going to go away. And I'm saying,
but what, what do you mean created? Like, what do you mean created? I'm not getting.
I don't know exactly.
Us that would have the intellect of a 2-year-old child.
Yeah, but someone could have someone could have taught us one little thing. Like, a Prometheus type thing. Something could have taught us something so small millions of years ago that set us on the course to sentience.
It was the anti-time anomaly.
Well, I think the Neanderthals taught us that killing people is fun. Honestly.
And that giant woolly mammoth is delicious. They probably taught us that too. I was just trying to say that we believe. All right, let me try to put it a different way.
Always ask, well, if evolution is true, how come monkeys don't turn into people? And first of all, that's a dumb question. But also, it did kind of happen to the Neanderthals that here come another species, and look, they have sticks.
Ben, let me put it in a different way. We have billions and billions of people who believe in an all-knowing, omnipotent God, and I'm saying that God, like I said, would barely have the intelligence of a 2-year-old. What created humans isn't an all-knowing, all-seeing man in the clouds. It was probably something like a ferret, something that we wouldn't even. All right, I guess I'm too far out there today. That's what I get.
I'm not okay. I guess
I broke Ben more than he's already broken. All right, next time we'll have to go find some legal weed in East San Diego. We'll smoke up Ben and we'll bang this one out. Me and you together. We'll start a whole new. Huh?
It's legal in DC, but you can't trade anything of value for it.
How does that work? You get it as a prescription or something?
No, it's like you can grow it as a hobby.
Oh,
basically.
Okay.
Now, Matt, before we started this show, I tried to get executive authorization to spoil some things in design because there was a thread about the brand manager and some other poll, and there's a lot of people saying a lot of things about design that I was like, well, we really should clear this up. And of course, communication is not never where it should be. So I was trying to get clearance from the Grand Poobah to spoil some things, and I didn't get it. And I was told I could talk about it in vague terms, which isn't very helpful. All I can say is there's changes coming in design in 2017 on multiple angles. So Matt, I guess I'm sure you know what you're allowed and not allowed to say more than I am.
Would you say that you're going to make design great again?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm making design great again. I'm gonna let my ego.
Just talk whatever you want because I don't read those boards, so I have no idea what's going on.
That's your job. Your job is to make cards now. You're the guy who's got to grind the sausage. We got you ore processing the ore. That's your job now in the CC. Matt, tell anybody. We have a worldwide audience of over 30 people on this show. In case you didn't know, we're big. We're big in Australia, and so the people on the boards who think there's some kind of there needs to be more transparency. I think we can agree on that. But I don't know. Give them the sell job. You try to sell Ben on draft. That didn't go too far. Sell people who have concerns about design. Tell them that things are coming in 2017.
There's definitely been some restructuring as far as how the design process is going to go forward. 2017 has been billed as an experimental year, and there's lots of interesting angles that we're going to attack from. The Project Dargo, as I understand, is the last of the conventional design space expansions that we'll probably see towards the end of the year. But once we hit January, it's going to be kind of a little different. And I'm hoping that, among other things, that there was an internal project that if you've watched the staff meetings for the continuing committee, Tyler put together a kind of a research project about not how to fix 2E, but like what's wrong with it, and just kind of giving recommendations about ways to address that. So we're working on that. And if you go to U.S. Nationals in Kentucky towards the end of the month, you might see some of the first steps of that.
Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to spoil more than the internal workings of design, because I mean, I do like transparency, but until we figure out, how things are going to work more specifically, you can't say too much. But there's going to be some focus group testing on some new things at Nationals, at Masters, which I think is a great step because people can try stuff before the CC in design moves forward with it.
Yeah, we've got some super big ideas about what we can do with TUI, and the field is wide open right now. So we're really kind of looking for some, I don't know about guidance, but we're looking for some feedback from at least more than just a couple different play groups about what we're thinking, if people like the idea, and how we can kind of streamline it. Yeah, I think I'm been working really hard on this project with a couple other of the designers, and yeah, it's been good to get back in the trenches after doing the 50th anniversary stuff.
Yeah, you gotta not to get, once again, I'm getting philosophical. You gotta govern by mandate. You gotta have the will of the people to do anything. And
Exactly.
I think the focus groups they're gonna have a say in the process. That's really all you can give anybody. I think we worry about rewarding playtesters, and then the experimental year, as Charlie calls it, which I find a little weird, but the playtesters are going to have more a say in the process, and that's the only reward we can give. It's a volunteer community, or maybe a foil, and all you can give people is recognition and a voice in the process. Ben, Nationals is coming up. I don't think you're going, and you're falling asleep when Matt was telling you the story. So what's gonna win Nationals, Ben? Come on, close strong, buddy. Give me something here. Fucking piece of shit. Do you even have a deck? You're designing. There's a curse of design. I think whoever gets into design, it starts ruining. Well,
no. I think the similar deck to what Phil won day one with at Gen Con. I think the DS9, you don't get the guys you get aren't very good, but you get a lot of them.
The old barf out deck. Matt, what do you got? What's going forward in Nationals? What's going to start? Or are we going to see the same old?
I'm kind of hoping we might see somebody try the Romulans now with Shinzon. That Shinzon is underrated. He's really good. If you get him rolling with any of the interference stuff.
Yeah, but Matt, the Romulans, do we need to see? I mean, you might be right. I like the Shinzon, but do we need to see?
I think he's got enough. He does enough with the right dilemma pile to actually slow the other person, that like slow a four space Voyager down to the point where you actually have time to get the rest of your wheels going, and because you're gonna. Yeah, I think.
No, I'd be okay with that because the Romulan theme was supposed to be have people at your opponent's missions fucking with them. That was their theme. If we were going to push Phase 2, and then a little bit of captives, a little sprinkling in of the torture. And unfortunately, not by design or any kind of intent, it just became get out 8 awesome people who do fucking everything, and you win the game. And and there's not much you can do about it, even through errata. It just became really strong. So if we can get them doing anything that's not that, it's a success. And that's it. I'm out of shit, and I'm not going to have the wheels fall off like I usually do after 45 or so minutes. So I'm going to wrap the show up. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Matt, for making your debut. And like Greasy Ducat, I'm kicking you out of the Discord pile. Good night.